Yo, what's up, India and the rest of the World Wide Web? Welcome back to the only channel that dares to uncover the ridiculous, the bizarre, and the downright hilarious laws that exist in our very own country. That's right. Today we're diving headfirst into the dusty old law books to unearth some legal gems that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about India. Buckle up, because some of these are so out there, you'll be checking if it's April Fool's Day. Okay, picture this. You're a kid again. Makar Sankranti is around the corner, and you're itching to launch your brand new badass kite into the sky. But hold up, did your parents get you a kite flying license? What? You didn't even know that was a thing? Well, believe it or not, in some parts of India, you need official permission from the government to engage in this beloved pastime. Apparently, the skies are a regulated airspace, my friends. Who knew a little harmless fun could land you in legal trouble? Alright, let's address the elephant, or rather, the cow in the room. Cow slaughter and consumption is a sensitive topic in India, with many states imposing a complete ban. Now, while the reasons behind this law are rooted in religious and cultural beliefs, the implications are pretty serious. We're talking hefty fines, jail time, and in some extreme cases, even violence. Look, I'm not here to debate the ethics or the politics of it all, but it's definitely one of those laws that makes you go, wait, seriously? Ever dreamt of unearthing a hidden chest overflowing with gold coins and ancient artifacts? Well, in India, finding buried treasure isn't all it's cracked up to be, thanks to the Indian Treasure Trove Act. This law basically says that if you stumble upon anything valuable that's been hidden for a while, you can't just pocket it and live out your Lara Croft fantasies. Nope, you gotta report it to the authorities, and if it's deemed a treasure, well, get ready to share the loot with the government. So much for early retirement. Chapter 4. Road rage, not when the siren's on. Okay, this one's more common sense than bizarre, but hey, it's still on the books. Did you know that there are actual laws that mandate how we should behave when we hear those blaring sirens? It's not just a suggestion, it's a legal requirement. The Motor Vehicles Act has a whole section dedicated to giving way to emergency vehicles. This isn't just a guideline, it's a rule that can have serious consequences if ignored. Ambulances, fire trucks, police cars, these vehicles are on a mission to save lives and maintain public safety. Basically, anything with flashing lights and a siren blaring needs to be given priority on the road. It's not just about following the law, it's about being a responsible and compassionate human being. And for good reason, right? Lives are at stake. Every second counts when it comes to emergencies, and your cooperation can make a huge difference. But you'd be surprised how many people turn a deaf ear to those sirens. It's shocking how often drivers fail to pull over, either out of ignorance or sheer stubbornness. So, next time you hear one, do the right thing, pull over, and let those heroes do their job. Remember, your small act of kindness could be the difference between life and death for someone in need. Chapter 5. Snail Mail Only. The Curious Case of Courier Services. This one's a real head-scratcher. The Indian Post Office Act essentially gives the government a monopoly over carrying letters. That means technically private courier companies like, the ones we use every day are kind of illegal. I know, mind-blowing, right? It's like saying only the government can sell you stamps. Of course, this law is rarely enforced, but it just goes to show that sometimes the law can be a real ass stuck in the past. Chapter 6. Night Shift. Not for women, says this law. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this one's a doozy. The Factories Act, in all its wisdom, prohibits women from working in factories between 7 p.m. and 6 a.m. The logic? Apparently, it's too dangerous for women to be out and about at night. Never mind the fact that we live in the 21st century, where women are CEOs, astronauts, and perfectly capable of taking care of themselves. This law is a prime example of how outdated regulations can actually hinder progress and equality. So, you just got a shiny new drone for your birthday, and you're itching to capture some epic aerial footage. But before you launch that bad boy into the sky, hold up. The Indian Aircraft Act has something to say about that. Turns out, flying drones without permission is a big no-no in India. You need to register your drone, get clearance from multiple authorities, and basically jump through hoops just to get your drone off the ground. It's enough to make you want to stick to selfies. Chapter 8. Satellite phones illegal. Unless you're Bond, James Bond. Feeling fancy and want to make calls using a satellite phone? Well, unless you're a secret agent on a top-secret mission, you might want to reconsider. The Indian Telegraph Act strictly prohibits the use of satellite phones without permission from, you guessed it, the government. Apparently, these devices pose a threat to national security. So next time you're trekking through the Himalayas and thinking of using your sat phone to call for pizza, maybe just stick to shouting really loudly. Chapter 9. Attempted suicide, a crime, not a cry for help. This one's a tough one to talk about, but it needs to be addressed. The Indian Penal Code, in a rather outdated and insensitive move, criminalizes attempted suicide. That means if you try to take your own life and survive, you could face legal action. Thankfully, there's been growing awareness about mental health and the need to decriminalize suicide. But the fact that this law still exists is a stark reminder that we have a long way to go in understanding and addressing mental health issues. Chapter 10. Free water and loo breaks for all. Thanks, Sarais Act. And finally, we end on a slightly more positive note. In a world where laws often seem to be about restrictions and penalties, it's refreshing to find one that focuses on basic human kindness and hospitality. The Indian Sarais Act, a law dating back to the 19th century, might just be the most humane law on this list. Enacted during the British colonial period, this law was designed to ensure that travelers and passers-by would always have access to essential amenities. It mandates that hotels and inns must provide free water and access to restrooms to anyone who asks, even if they're not guests. This means that no matter who you are or where you're from, you can count on a place to quench your thirst and take a much-needed break. That's right. You can walk into a fancy hotel, ask for a glass of water and a bathroom break, and they legally have to oblige. Imagine the relief for travelers, especially in a country as diverse and vast as India, where the climate can be harsh and the journeys long. It's a small act of kindness that's been enshrined in law, proving that sometimes the system does have a heart. This law is a testament to the idea that hospitality and humanity can go hand in hand, ensuring that everyone, regardless of their status, is treated with dignity and respect. So there you have it, folks. We've taken you on a journey through some of the most bizarre and head-scratching laws that exist in India. 10 bizarre Indian laws that prove truth is often stranger than fiction. These laws are not just relics of the past, but are still technically in effect today. From kite-flying licenses to the criminalization of suicide, the range of these laws is as wide as it is bewildering. These laws offer a glimpse into the complex and often contradictory legal landscape of our country. Some are outdated, some are downright absurd, and some are just plain confusing. And some, well, they just make you wonder who came up with them in the first place. It's almost as if they were designed to baffle and perplex. But hey, that's the beauty of India, right? A land where diversity and contradictions coexist in the most fascinating ways. It's a land of diversity, contradictions, and a rich tapestry of cultures that make it unique. And yes, even some seriously weird laws. These laws, while strange, are a part of our history and our present. They remind us that the legal system, like society, is ever evolving. We hope you enjoyed this wild ride through the wacky world of Indian legislation. Thanks for watching. Your curiosity and engagement make this journey worthwhile. If you found these laws as strange as we did, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with your friends and family, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting content. Your support helps us bring more fascinating stories to light.